During his years of participating in psychological and horror films, Jamie Dornan not only impressed audiences with his deep acting but also brought about a series of mysterious rumors surrounding him. Many members of the film crew once said that there were inexplicable phenomena that occurred every time Jamie fell into a state of heavy psychological acting. Fog. Where did it start? The origin of the rumor began during the time Jamie was filming a tense inner scene. A backstage member said that the lights on the set suddenly flickered, the camera turned off and then restarted without anyone touching it. At first, people thought it was a malfunction of the equipment. But the story repeated itself continuously, especially when Jamie was acting in deep scenes. Jamie and the lifeless look for a few seconds. Many people described that there was a moment when Jamie seemed to change people in a few seconds. His eyes were deep, quiet, and cold as if he was no longer aware of the surrounding film crew. A stylist also said, "I touched Jamie's shoulder to tell him to get ready to change his outfit, but he didn't react. It was like he was talking to someone we couldn't see." Candle. Rumors about following energy. Some believe that because Jamie had played a role with severe psychological trauma, that emotion could create a kind of energy aftershock, making the atmosphere on set easily become heavy and cold. There are even rumors. There was a shadowy figure appearing in the corner of the studio when Jamie was acting. A photographer once had to delete dozens of photos because there was an unusual dark spot right next to Jamie. However, it's all just a story, there's no real evidence. Movie camera. What do psychologists say? A film critic analyzed. Jamie has the ability to dig so deep into a character's emotions that he touches the dark layers of human psychology. That makes it easy for outsiders to feel abnormal. Not a ghost. Not a spirit. Maybe just a very good actor. Fearful face. How did Jamie react? When asked about the haunting rumors, Jamie just laughed and said, "If there are real ghosts, I hope they act with me. At least it's less lonely." A half-joking, half-serious answer. But enough to make fans shiver. Skull. Conclusion. Haunted or just a rumor? Checkmark. No evidence. Checkmark. But there are witnesses. Checkmark. And the strange atmosphere on set is real. Where is the truth? Perhaps only Jamie Dornan knows. As for us, we can only continue to be curious. Crescent Moon. Next. Moments that make the crew shiver. Rumors about ghosts on set seemed like a joke, until an inexplicable event happened during a night shoot. It was a scene where Jamie had to stand alone in a dark room, the only light coming from a slightly swaying hanging lamp. A very normal scene in cinema. But when the director shouted, "Action!" everything fell silent, to the point that people behind the scenes said they felt like the sound had completely disappeared. No footsteps. No wind. No camera noise. Just Jamie, and an eerie silence. A lighting crew said, "I don't know if it was an illusion or not, but I saw someone standing behind Jamie. Very close, very clearly, but on camera, nothing." Fire. Strange recording. During a test shoot, the studio audio was recorded separately. When reviewing the file, the technician heard a whispering voice right when Jamie was having an internal monologue. But what made everyone shiver was that whisper was calling Jamie's name. No one admitted to making the sound. No one was near the microphone at the time. And Jamie insisted he didn't say it. When the technician asked him, "Did you hear that whisper?" Jamie simply replied, "Yes, I did, and I know it wasn't mine." Candle. Was Jamie scared? Contrary to expectations, Jamie didn't panic. Instead, his expression was strangely calm. A makeup artist said, "Instead of being afraid, Jamie was silent for a long time. He looked into the empty space in front of him and whispered, 'If you're there, stay still. Don't bother me while I'm acting.' The crew listened. Some shivered. Some avoided eye contact. Some asked to switch to the daytime shift. But no one dared to mention it again. Blackheart Jamie, the person who draws the line between acting and another world. Some fans believe Jamie has strong intuition. When he gets into a role, he easily touches a dark emotional layer that ordinary people rarely touch. And from there, something follows. Not a ghost in the horror style, but like the breath of an old soul, hovering, not leaving. Speech balloon Jamie once said a sentence that many people will remember forever. An actor does not just borrow the soul of the character. Sometimes, the soul of the character also borrows us. That sentence kept many people awake at night. After the incident of whispering Jamie's name, the crew began to pay more attention to the behind-the-scenes photos taken every day. And from here, the creepy stories began to appear. Sunglasses 1. The shadow behind the black curtain. A photographer captured the moment Jamie was taking a break between takes. He sat on a chair, his head slightly bowed, as if thinking. Behind Jamie was a plain black background. But in the photo appeared a blurry shadow, looking like a person standing right behind him, his head slightly tilted, as if looking down at Jamie. The strange thing was, no one was standing behind him when the photo was taken. There was no light reflection that could create a human-like figure. The camera was not faulty. The photo was deleted the same day, according to the request not recorded in the minutes. Mirror 2. Mirrors turn into windows looking away. In a scene where Jamie stands in front of a mirror to act out her inner thoughts, the behind-the-scenes camera accidentally captures the reflection in the mirror. But the scary thing is, the mirror does not reflect the film crew, does not reflect the camera, does not reflect the lights, but reflects something that is not in the room. An old hallway with pale yellow lights, like a place that has been abandoned for a long time. When Jamie watches it again, he only says very softly, "I know that hallway. I dreamed about it before." No one can explain. Bust in silhouette 3. Silhouette on a bright background, not Jamie's. A shot of Jamie standing in front of a window, the sunlight shining from behind. In the behind-the-scenes photo, Jamie's body is clearly visible. But the dark silhouette doesn't match his body. That silhouette, taller, broader shoulders, and a face without features. Just a deep black mass, like a bottomless pit. The photographer then quit without giving a reason. Clapperboard: why did the studio intervene? A leaked internal email, authenticity not confirmed. From today, no photography or video recording outside of the permitted scene. Especially avoid recording Jamie during breaks in psychological scenes. Add one last sentence. For the good of everyone. That sentence sent chills down the spines of many people. Blackheart Jamie's silence. No denial. No explanation. No evasion. Just one sentence. If you see what I see, pretend you didn't see it. Not the words of a scared man, but the words of a man who has accepted it for a long time. Hypothesis: the character's soul never left Jamie. There are actors who just play the role, but there are those who live with the character. Jamie Dornan belongs to the second group. In a previous film, Jamie played a character with deep psychological trauma, living in loneliness and obsession. That character had no family, no friends, and finally died in silence. No one knew, no one saw. Jamie once admitted, "When I finished the film, it took me almost half a year to get rid of that character." But did he really get rid of it? Fog: the scary thing is not the acting technique, but the feeling. Jamie did not pretend to be lonely. Right pointing arrow, he became that loneliness. Jamie did not show fear. Right pointing arrow, he experienced it. Jamie didn't play the role of the possessed. Right pointing arrow, at one point, he believed he wasn't really alone. The crew recounted. In one night scene, Jamie stared at the empty space in the corner of the wall for 5 minutes without blinking. When the director asked, "What are you looking at?" Jamie replied, "He's sitting there, can't you see?" No one dared to ask further. Skull, the character, has a name. But Jamie never said it. People only know. Jamie once wrote the character's name on the inside of his left wrist. After filming, he erased it. But sometimes, when the studio lights flickered, the faint mark reappeared. Not a tattoo. Not ink. More like a memory imprint. Candle, some people believe. When Jamie digs so deep into the character's emotions that he opens the door to consciousness, he doesn't close it completely. And when he does, a part of the soul that lives inside the character has found a body to borrow, or a place to hide. It's not a ghost coming from the outside. It's a memory coming back to life from within. Jamie understands that. And that's why he's not afraid. Because the thing that is following you never left you in the first place.